What is up, everybody? Sumlek here, and
Admiral
I'm.
Morcath?
X-rays.
Boy, why don't you sound a little bit more exciting there, XO?
For real.
Okay. I know on our first video, honestly, we were just kind of first learning how to run this, so I didn't know that you could hear them talk as well, and so I was like trying to repeat what he was saying, and I'm pretty sure I did a pretty bad job of it. So now that we figured out that you can hear what they say, we're going to hand this over to, well, what are we doing first, guys?
Well, I wanted to go ahead and start down in
Jenna,
the bottom
yes.
of the
Yeah.
bottom of the maintenance shaft for the hidden train doors. I just kind of wanted to walk you guys through how we got all that wired up and set up, just in case somebody wants to go ahead and build one for themselves. Um, I think that'd be great. You want to let us in, Somlak? Or XO Race, since this is your place?
XO, it's on you, man. Woohoo!
Awesome.
Doors
So,
open.
if you guys remember before, we've got all of this set up, and from this side walkway, there's not one on the other side because there's a train tunnel over there. But the block of redstone on the back of each one of those um, door devices, I guess we can call them,
That red
is
block is
a
actually the
position
redstone.
sensor. Yes, that is a position sensor on the back of the door. Um, Now, if we can come back, where's the ladder? It's over here.
And I know everybody you may not know what everything is because of my texture pack, but that red block right there that I've got my crosshair on, that is a block of redstone.
Oh, okay. Now down here inside of the maintenance tunnels, we've got a couple of buttons here. These are just for demonstration and testing purposes. This button on the red wire on this wall here above the admin anchor from Railcraft is one of the trigger buttons to operate the entire program that Somlek over there has graciously written.
Oh
So,
shucks, now you're making me shy.
so since this is all about the
Like
trains, let's
me.
go ahead and start over here. Um, this this red wire on this pole here, if I could stop lagging, this red wire on the pole here is the detector rail. We actually have a Railcraft book up there set up to. How do I have that programmed? I believe it
You
is
programmed it.
the not color equals black black is the way I've got that. If you want to go ahead and show them that book,
Alrighty, and let's see here.
since you have the camera.
Yes, it is not, and make sure not is all capitalized. And black, black, make sure there's a comma it looks like between black and black.
Yes, if you want to go ahead and use the black style trains that we've got set up for our cargo
But
network.
I mean, whatever color you use, the first color in the segment will be your primary, and then the second one will be your secondary color. So
Indeed.
whatever colors you want to use.
Yes. So anyway, that train comes through, hits that detector block up top, and sends a redstone pulse down this wire into this block of logic gates here. I've got a pulsar set up, a signal pulse former, set up on a memory gate. It's an RS it calls it. Essentially, it is a 1-bit memory gate. It either stores an on or an off, or an on or an off on the other side, depending on how you have your inputs and your outputs set up.
Basically a
Um,
1 and a 0.
exactly, but whatever's one, the other one's zero. So it just depends on how you have yours set up. Um, the wires are all set up so that when the red wire triggers the memory gate, it resets and sends a pulse down the it sets the lime insulated wire to on, inside the light blue bundled cable. I believe the light blue is also a trigger for no, the light blue or the light lime. Sorry, the lime cable runs up here to the detector, or not the detector, but the holding track up top. So, as you've probably noticed, when the train comes into the station, it holds at the crossroads and waits for all of the cargo doors to completely open and the track to raise into place before the train actually enters the cargo bay. That is done with that wire right there, that trigger wire, and that memory gate that I just showed you over there. After all of that is set into motion, he's got his computer program set up there to automatically trigger some of the door mechanics. You would have to probably see another video episode or something to see how that is working. We might possibly decide at a later point in time to maybe put that up for download. I'm not sure exactly how that would work.
I'm
You'd
sure it
have to
wouldn't be
talk to
too
Somlik
hard.
about that.
If I have enough requests for it, then I may put it up for a download somewhere. But I mean, unless I get a lot of requests, I'm not gonna see a point in doing it. But if after watching this video and you guys really want this setup, then yeah, I'd be more than happy to, you know, send you a copy or send you a link to where I have it to where you can download it.
So, well, that sounds great. Now, like I said, the program upstairs is written once that red wire trigger hits the input on the bottom of the computer terminal.
Which the
It
bottom of the
then,
computer terminal, if I can get around here, if I'm not mistaken, is right. Is well, shoot, where'd it go? Oh, right up there.
it's,
Yeah,
yeah, it's right over there, just on the other side of the battery.
yeah.
So,
So, oh, where'd you go? Oh, wait, you went up.
no, nope, I'm just around the other side of the battery. Come
Okay.
back around.
Oh, okay. Coming down.
Yep, come down and come back and around the
I got you.
either floor. Yep, floor panels. So anyway, like I said, the red, is it the red? No, it's the, yes, it is the red. The red triggers the computer, which sets everything in motion, and then it goes ahead and sets the red insulated wire, sends a couple of pulses on that. It's two to drop this frame. If you come over here, drops this frame. Wow, lag. Drops this frame here onto the ground or
What's sad
raises
is
it
we're
up.
on your server.
Well, yes. Unfortunately, I'm not actually hitting network lag. I'm actually hitting FPS lag for CPU spikes. The so anyway, you can see there is a red block of redstone position sensor on this one as well. Um, that position sensor is turned, or it turns that black cable on in the adjacent bundle. Each one of these doors has its own bundled cable. This one is a regular bundle. The light blue is the input signals to the
Let me
computer,
find
and
where the
then
light blue
farther,
is.
you're standing right next to it, buddy.
Oh, am I really? Wow.
Yes, it's sitting right here on the back wall.
Oh, okay.
Now, just above the light blue, you have the white bundled cable, which is the left door. Um, that door over there was our first door that we built. We kind of built that one after um, Exo Race. Decided that it would be absolutely awesome to have a track that disappeared into the ground or some way of putting a secret hidden door. And after, probably about 30 minutes of discussion and trying out different things, we decided to use the Project Red frames based off of what we had already known with Elaram back in Minecraft 1.4.7.
With
I'm
red
not
power
sure how
too.
many of, yeah, Red Power 2, that's what it was. With Elaram, her mod was absolutely wonderful. Mr. TJP has done a great job on bringing out
Recreating
the
it. I mean,
yes, and the absolutely awesome thing. about this is it's not even borrowed code. He has done all of this from scratch. All of his own textures, all of his own coding, all of his own animations. It's all done from scratch, and he's done a great job on it. So he's actually added a couple things from when Somlak and I used to play on Project, or Red Power 2 rather. Um, TJ's added the frame linear actuators to the whole kit and caboodle. That's actually what made this door more possible and probably easier to implement than Red
Implement.
Power 2, wouldn't you say?
Oh, a lot easier. I mean, because before we would have to have two of the frame motors, but we would also have to have like probably additional 4 or 5 frames sticking out this way or something like that for it to move back and forth the way we would want it.
Yeah. So it really made the design a little bit more complex, um, but at the same time, it made it a little bit more compact. Um,
I wouldn't
since
say
you're
it wouldn't.
standing down there, Exo Race, can you go ahead and trigger that button? I'm going to stand up here. So now, since we've hit that button, we can come over here and look up here. The green wire has been set to on with the redstone, so the block triggers the position sensor. Um, Now, after that all goes through the computer terminal and stuff like that, the computer then sets the routing motors using the purple insulated signal coming off of the light blue bundled cable. It
That.
actually comes over here. Before we get into that mess over there, so I'm like, let's go ahead and do the easy stuff.
All right.
This NOT gate here triggers the Y switch motor up here to point into the cargo bay once everything is all set up and turned on. Now, for this complicated switching mess, there was a reason why it was like this, and the reason being is we have two tracks in the passenger rails, which is the marble, decked out marble area of the train station up there. This is your signal receivers, as you can see on this receiver on the white line. It is red. There should be a train or a cart or something up there. I'm not sure which.
I think there's a train up there on one of the lines. Yeah.
Okay, so that one triggers this sticky piston. These are sticky pistons, by the way, using, again, redstone blocks. These are not position sensors. They are, I don't exactly know what to call them. Somebody else can probably give them a name. But what they do is they come out here and they provide a signal to the lime and the green insulated cabling, which then goes through these NOT gates to invert the signal, and then back up to these controllers. These are our signal controllers. They control the switch motors up top. Now, they're not really inverters. They're like position sensors, but what they're going to do is essentially what it does, it's like a memory latch almost. When the purple wire gets triggered, both of these are locked in the open position. However, when the purple wire goes off, it defaults back to its original. It could be a positional memory sensor, but once the purple
You'll learn English
insulated
eventually.
wire, I hope so. It's been my biggest downfall. I can't figure stuff out either. The purple insulated wire, once that shuts off inside the computer system for the cargo bay doors, the sticky pistons will default back to whatever position these routing this routing table has put it back into. So if you go ahead and push that button over there for us. One